set the 911 when a call goes out to send out an alert or an email. What our security guards are used to doing is getting a text to their cell phone, and it was actually truncating that text. So we've asked to have that field configurable so you can change around the order that it comes in. Music on hold. While I didn't mind the standard music on hold that comes with 3CX, and you know, it wasn't a big hit across the board. But what we ended up doing is we ended up changing it. So I've asked that they put in some more options because, for example, in our classic or in our obituaries call center, so our call takers are dealing with, you know, morticians and funeral homes, and you know, that upbeat music that comes with 3CX just isn't real conducive to that mood. So we had to change it. But, you know, and you should all keep this in mind if you're not current or aware. Music on hold, whatever you put in there has to be non-copyright. You can't just throw in your latest Shania Twain CD or whatever you like to listen to and upload a song and have it be your music on hold. That's not legal. Okay? That's copyrighted material, and you're violating copyright. It's got to be something that's outside. It's got to be a certain age. Tyler, what are the specs on that? Do you remember?
The artist has to be dead for several years, 50 years, and the performance itself has to be age 2.
Okay. So when you get into a scenario like that, you want to make sure that you're covering your bases, not only for you, but for your customers as well. Voicemail features. We were used to having some other features with voicemail that 3CX didn't offer out of the box, like the ability to take a voicemail and forward it, but before you forward it, you actually add a little message at the front. So if Matthew calls me and I want to forward that voicemail that he left me to Meg, maybe I want to put a little announcement out there. Hey Meg, this is Matthew. He's talking about this this code change that he made for us, and you know more about it, so here you go. And then forward it on. So we've asked for that. And there was something else we asked for too, but I can't remember. That dealt with voicemail. Raw data exporting. Distribution to multiple people. That was it. Thank you, Matthew. So we were used to setting up in the old PBX where we could distribute a voicemail out to a group of individuals rather than have to do it manually one by one. Raw data exporting. So we like to take that raw data and look at it and really figure out. It kind of ties back in with reporting on the whole call chain, see where it's going, and do that. Now Matthew has been. Matthew at Infosys has made a tool, the exporter tool, that I'm sure he'll be happy to talk about if anybody's interested, that actually exports that. And then call recording. One thing that I shared with 3CX yesterday was call recording might not be desirable. Right now you have no way to disable it with the soft phone, whether you're storing those calls on a server or on a local machine. So I've asked for that to have that feature for you to be able to disable it. Because there are different laws in different states as far as what can be done for call recordings. For example, in Minnesota, the law is only one party needs to know that you're recording, and that recording party that person that needs to know can be you pushing the record button. The other party doesn't need to know. But it varies from state to state. So as you go through and you're deploying these solutions out there, that might be something that one of your customers wants. I don't want anybody to record. We actually had to go through and do a corporate policy that states only these people can record for this business purpose, nobody else. Anybody else that does it can be terminated. So, something to think about. So, deployment summary. We're getting to the home stretch. So we've got 1,047 extensions, more than 5,500 DRDs. We've got 9 PRIs, 8 of them are in patents, 1 is in the audio codes. We've got 5 grand stream analog gateways, using 118 of those ports. We've got 7 call queues. Okay, so we've got call centers using those. We've got classified call center, we've got obituaries, we've got a couple other call centers, and then like our help desk, that type of deal. We've got 43 digital receptionists in use, 10 ring groups, and we've got redundancy in the hardware and call routing between our 2 locations, Heritage and Portland. So if Portland goes out, we can bring the 3CX server up at Heritage, and calls can continue to flow. Okay? End user training, we did 3 weeks of that. 1-hour sessions at a crack, as I mentioned earlier. The softphone and iPhone rollout, we did that over the course of about 3 weeks. And we actually instructed users to do their configuration after they went through training. Even though we gave them documents and I actually walked through them step by step in the training session, I'd say IT still did about 60 to 75% of the configurations for them. The deployments, with those remote sites, we had 3 days, 3 separate days, 2 people doing those. And then for our Heritage and Portland facilities, we did those over the course of 2 separate weekends, about 10 people each time. And the commit there for that weekend was, I think it was about a 14, 15-hour day for that group of 10 to get them all done. We also did some IVR upgrades. We kept our speech attendant, so we just did an upgrade for that. And we also did an upgrade on our circulation call management system. So, the speech attendant is when you dial our main number and you ask for Brandon Ballard, it says, okay, transfer you to Brandon Ballard, and it kicks you right over to my extension. It's a beautiful thing. And then the circulation call management is if you're a customer and you want to put your subscription on hold because you're going on vacation or you have a problem, that's an automated system to do that. Infosys was key in helping us with some of our issues, so I want to call that out, bring special attention to them. They did dialer development for us that's going to be used in our call center. They also did the call recording manager, so we can manage our recordings that are needed for credit card transactions. And then they did that 3CX exporter, where it exports the data. I'm sure, like I said, Matthew and Samuel will be here, and they'll be willing to talk about it. I think Matthew's got brochures that he can pass out. It's been a pleasure working with Matthew on all those items. Very responsive, right in there, understanding our needs, very helpful. Cost summary, here's the big bottom dollar. Our budget of $240,000, we actually came in $40,000 under. We only spent $200K. Annual maintenance on support for 3CX moving forward is only $6 grand. Okay? Savings, we cut off the remote office phones, we saved $22 grand a year. The Avaya PBX maintenance, $85 grand a year. Additional systems obsolescence, so that's the other servers that we're tying in, 40 grand a year. Annual maintenance savings, 141. That's a big dollar. Cost avoidance from other phone systems, $450,000 to $900,000. Tell me what customer wouldn't love to hear that. My management was tickled pink. So, can I have a raise? No. So, that's what we got. It's been working really good for us. I did a reference just last week with a company in Florida that's looking to put in a 450-seat install. I'd be happy to talk with any of you about questions you might have, whether it be now or afterwards. Do we have time for questions?